This is the number one reason why most buyers are really backing out of deals in 2025, and it's wasting a lot of sellers' time. So watch this video to the very end, because not only if you're a seller, if you're wondering why a bunch of people are backing away, ultimately wasting your time, but you'll find out the number one reason why buyers are doing this. What's going on, guys? My name is Cody, Realtor with eXp Realty. I help sellers get the most amount of money and help buyers find the next best deal. Be sure to like and subscribe if you want more valuable content just like this. And be sure to check out my social medias if you want more valuable, packed insight content. You need an aggressive seller's agent that's going to go out there, get you the offers, get you exactly what you're looking for, create demand for your property. Be sure to check out me down in the description below. But without further ado, guys, let's jump right into the video. Why buyers are really wasting your time at the end of the day, and how to avoid it, and how to negotiate to get fully under contract, or any other ways that that buyer will waste your time. So let's jump right into it. Number one, let's talk about the most important concept here of why most buyers are doing this. Finances fall apart. And this is the oldest trick in the book. And I always preach this: get pre-approved. If a buyer comes to you without showing a pre-approval letter, no matter if it's a $200,000 house, no matter if it's a $10 million house where you're going to have to show that pre-approval letter, you have to show proof of funds. Because, guys, you will realize how many people actually go under contract without actually getting approved. And sometimes it's the buyer's agent's fault. And because whenever you are going to go out, especially for my buyers, I always make sure that they get pre-approved first. Because, you could be going out there looking at a bunch of homes, and then you get pre-approved, and you come to realize you're $200,000 to $300,000 over what you're qualified for. So that's the main reason. Get pre-approved, and that will tell you a lot about if this buyer is serious or not. Number two, inspections. Inspections is the number one thing that kills deals. I recently had I got a closing here in about another week. And, obviously we cleared inspection. The seller is willing to make some fixes, but I also have another listing that's going to go under, that just went under contract. And especially since the seller is selling as is. Now I'm only using this for example because this happens a lot. Because if a seller is willing to not do any repairs, especially for the property, especially for a buyer's agent, that's kind of a red flag as to, there may be some big issues when it comes to the property. So if you're a seller and you know what's going on with your property, and you know that it has foundation issues or something major going on, expect to not get as much as what you're looking for, especially if you want to keep the deal going. Because if you're not going to negotiate fixing those major issues, that buyer is going to come back and lowball you. So if you're prepared for that, good news for you, because you can still keep that deal going. Just know that you might not get what you're originally asking for, and that's going to be a whole another negotiating thing on the back end. But for a regular seller, for a regular buyer, that inspection period will be the make or break of a deal. If that buyer finds something major that they don't want to fix, or at least you're not going to offer the fix as a seller, that deal is completely done for. It's going to be falling through because that buyer is going to want to negotiate the price, and it just gets in. It just turns itself into a hell, and it's something you don't, or at least want to avoid at all costs. This is why I always preach that before you even list a property, make sure everything is good. Do you know your property? Do you know any issues? Try to fix it before you go on the market. Number three, this one is very common. Do you think a lot of buyers are scared? As like I work with a lot of buyers, and I work with a lot of sellers, and you will realize that some buyers, they will either get pre-approved or they will say they're motivated, but in all reality, they're scared. They're scared to get their feet wet. They're scared to, when they put an offer on the property, they are scared of the next steps that comes with it, which is why I highly advise that you pre-qualify your offers. Get that pre-approval letter before you do anything else, because a lot of buyers just will put an offer on the property, and when it comes to inspection, they'll find some type of way to back out of the deal, because one, they either are scared, even though the inspection looks great, it looks clear. Buyers will subconsciously find ways to back out of the deal, because one, they either overpaying, or two, they're scared because they're buying an asset, they're buying a big investment. Make sure you pre-qualify these buyers, because some buyers are scared. You want to avoid those scary buyers. Number four, this is another one that's very huge, and this appraisal gaps. This is what I mean by some buyers are scared to pay overpriced for a home. But also, as a seller, this is also good news for you, because one, if I put you in a position where you're going to get multiple offers, you're going to get a lot of people, you're going to get a lot of traction walking through the house, and that's ultimately called what? Price to sale. And you get ridiculously overpriced, and you come as an appraiser, as you may be overpriced. That's up to the buyer to decide if they want to go with that. Number 5, this one's pretty simple. It's life and lifestyle. A bunch of people are going to be scared for new changes. As I'm in Houston right now, I may be a little uncomfortable because this is not my original hometown, but obviously there's a bigger lifestyle out here versus Little Rock versus Arkansas in general. A bunch of people are scared of change. They're scared of change. So whenever they're buying a huge investment like a property in itself, it can be very nerve-wracking. Ultimately, what does this mean for sellers overall? You want to pre-qualify the people that walk through your door, the people that offer on the property, and you want to make sure you only attract serious buyers because you don't want to waste too much time. And I've been in a scenario where I've been under contract for a month and a half and just for the deal to fall through because of finances, because it was a contingent offer, there was no earnest money. And you can be in situations like that if you don't pre-qualify who you talk to. But what does this mean for buyers? This means for buyers is that you can't not come to this real estate market scared. You have to come here with a plan. And that's what an aggressive buyer agent is going to do for you. You can't just hire an agent and just tell them to do whatever, show property, whatever, without that agent telling you to go get a pre-qualification letter, showing you the steps of what it needs to happen when you do put an offer on the property. From step A to Z, get pre-qualified, go look at houses, what's going to be on the offer, closing date. It needs to be as simple as that. It doesn't need to be anything else. And that's what your agent should tell you. So if you need a buyer's agent or any agent, whether it's selling or buying, who's going to guide you through the way, help you either get the most amount of money or find the next best deal, be sure to contact me down in the description below. But without further ado, guys, I hope you enjoyed this short video on why buyers are wasting a lot of sellers' time. Again, be sure to like and subscribe if you want more valuable content like this. Be sure to check out my social medias if you want more valuable content just like this as well. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one. Let's get it.